Hey, this is Crow Inquisitors, and we're here with a little solo session today for episode 52. And yeah, we got Jared. Welcome on.
Hi.
Welcome back. Yeah, after you had to miss last time, I'm excited because Alfons had to teleport away, and he may not have teleported where he wished. So let's talk about this briefly. Actually, yeah, let's do beliefs and instincts first. Let's go ahead and start there. Like we do. What's Alphonse's deal? Man, you have 36 fate.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I need to get you into duel of wits. You know what? This is probably going to be a duel of wits with Nerani. That's what it's going to be.
Yeah. Can you hear my prodigy in the background?
I did just hear, yes.
Okay.
All good. I did give her. She has a full character sheet as a goddess. So.
Belief number 1. Theo just pulled a Theo. I'll deal with the fallout and find a way to stay in Nerani's good graces. My
Very
employment
good.
with the... Oh, what?
I said very good.
My employment with the king must continue. I will convince Nico to accept his gracious offer.
Cool.
And
sounds great.
third to be determined.
You want to just give us your instincts and traits since it's just you today?
Always find a way to use my powers. Always try to surpass Dylan. Always do what I can to protect Yuma. Traits, rebel rouser, haughty. It might just work. Confident, licentious, mark of privilege, gifted, tall tale teller, and rapier wit. Oh, charismatic, fleet of foot, familiar face. I have too many.
You have so many traits. Yep.
Which one of us has the most traits?
I think it's like Connor. I think it might be Connor because he has.
I think I have X.
All the weird magic ones.
Yeah. Cantarius.
Yeah. I think he does. You're all pretty close, but I think it's Cantarius. He has so many die traits.
Mm-hmm.
And 4 call-in traits. Like he already started off with a lot of traits from the beginning of the game. So.
Yeah.
Cool. Anyway, yeah. So the first thing I think we need to talk about is Alphons. Is this you attempting to okay, so you guys got back from the demon realm.
Mm-hmm.
You were in Dellen's cellar. It was very clear to everyone as soon as they got back that you were surrounded. There were church people there. Denzia, one of the Inquisitors, was there. Would that have been enough of an impetus for Alphons to just try to teleport away?
Was Denzia the other guy who was part of putting the stuff in our heads?
So Denzia, so there are 2 people in charge of putting the stuff in your heads. One was Constantino, right? Who you've met. And the other was Vada Frey, who was the leader of the Inquisition and was killed.
Yeah, I get Vada and Denzia mixed up.
Yeah. Denzia and Lydio are twins, and they were your handlers for a little while in there. They're just Inquisitors. I mean, they're higher up now. They've gotten new positions and things since then. But yeah, you've met this guy before. Like you've never been friends with this guy, right? He was a handler of yours when you were a Crow Inquisitor. Would you showing up and seeing Denzia and a bunch of Inquisitorial guard and stuff, would that have been enough for you to just be like, oh, it would be better for me to just teleport away?
Oh, most definitely.
Okay, yeah, just want to make sure that was narratively true. Well, cool. I think normally.
Should I roll like a stealth / inconspicuous roll?
That's what I'm trying to decide. I mean, we already described you successfully getting away, so I don't think that's the issue here. I think the only roll is just against Nerani, right?
Successfully getting away and not being noticed teleporting are 2 different things. I think.
Right, but what I mean is like I think you already did it. Like I think we already described that in the last episode for free. So I think.
So they didn't know I was there then?
So all we described was Dellen looked over at where you would have been and saw flower petals.
Okay.
So
the Inquisitors didn't notice me.
As far as we described, yes. I mean, we could make a roll if you would like. Well,
I mean, I mean, that's more for you if you.
I just don't think I think we already described that it happened, and I don't know if it if you failed this, I feel like we'd be going back on something that we already described. So
yeah.
Okay. Cool. So let me figure out. Yeah, so the most obvious way to do this would have been you just make a roll, and if you fail,
Mhm.
that's one of the normal unintended effects that can happen, is like your patron is mad at you and does stuff.
Mhm.
I want to give you a roll
Yeah.
because I think it makes sense if it's like the difference is you versus Nerani, who gets to have the better ground here. Taking a look at spatial discipline to see if there's something that makes sense. Maybe what I'll do is we'll do yeah. You're trying to basically teleport out, and I think it's gonna be just like a versus test between you and Nerani.
Okay.
So
Does she have spatial discipline?
no, but she has faith, right? As a god, she
Okay.
has like god power stuff that she can do. It's white shaded. It's gonna be very difficult to beat. I think I'll go ahead and just roll for her, and then you can try to get together any dice you need to make it
Okay.
work. But yeah, I have a character sheet for her, and basically what I did is I burned her up as a normal character, with like life paths that make sense for what kind of thing she's the goddess of.
Yeah.
And then I supercharged most of her stuff with white shades and things, and gave her skills that I thought she would for sure have, that didn't fit with the life paths. So she has a white shaded 10 faith.
Jeez.
She's not going to add anything to that, right? It's just going to be rolling straight, but whatever she gets there is going to be your ob. So ob 9. So yeah, good luck.
Oh, that open ends, doesn't it?
It automatically opened. She only rolled 2 6s, but yeah. Could have been much worse, honestly.
Well, this is a physically impossible roll for me. At level 4, is it challenging or difficult, or is it both?
5 is where it hits. The routines don't matter.
This works just as well for me. Yay. Okay. So baby.
Yeah, so I mean, it says it usually if you look at the skill, it should say whether or not you need routines, right? It'll say 0 next to R, and that'll be the signifiar that you only need the difficulties and challenging at that point.
Cool. So am I just allowed to fork the other 2 disciplines into that?
As long as they make sense. Continuous, yeah, I think they both make sense here. Yep. Okay. Too bad you don't have one, and that one is a 7.
Yeah.
You're close with essential though.
I was at 8 in the essential before the nerf.
Yeah, it's just a slight nerf.
Oh wow, that's actually not.
That was not too bad. But yeah, I mean, you can attempt to like spend fate or whatever on that.
I mean, I can only spend 1 fate on that because it's automatically open ended.
Yeah.
I'll save it for my.
You could have added Artha too.
Yeah, I don't care that much about the roll.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. All right. Cool. So that makes sense though. Like she is like directly using her power against you. You're just a dude. I think it makes sense. So this works out this way. But yeah, you get a challenging test. There you go. On spatial, which is the one you needed for spatial. So.
Difficult or challenging would have worked.
Right. What I mean is, like now you have that challenging, so you want to make sure you go for difficults next for spatial, if you at all can. All right, cool. So yeah, I think you get transported to like the shimmery white angelic heavenly sort of realm that you would expect from something like this.
Is there a roll that I can make to like be able to do this in the future? Like sense how it felt to be able to do this later?
I think we did already talk about the fact that the spatial discipline, in theory, if you got high enough, and it could be used to transport yourself to places like this. So, yeah, you could make some sort of. Let's take a look at what you actually have skill wise and whatnot.
I mean, I assume it would just be another spatial discipline roll because that's the only thing I think I have that would make sense.
It could be. Yeah, let me check your handout and see.
Either that or the one that I can look into the future with.
Yeah, one of those might make sense. I'm just gonna see what the options are in the rules here that I have. So, right, you can do actions and evoke. You can do advantage, you can do hinder, you can do illusion, or you can do stealthy. Okay, let's see, for continuous. Okay, I would say the two options that make sense are... okay, I see three possibilities. One being you just make a spatial discipline roll, and it's to give you advantage dice the next time you try to go here, right?
Yeah.
So just the normal advantage dice thing for art magic. You could do continuous discipline to do arcane knowledge, right, which is the counts as a proxy for any academic skill, and we could figure out one that makes sense for that. And just
which one would
dig
be,
up a piece of knowledge.
I'll just do whichever one has the lower ob.
Yeah, and then the last one would be using practical magic with the continuous discipline to as if it was a wise, right, and just be like heaven wise or something like that, right? Nerani's realm wise to try to make something true about it that would help you. The obs for those would be spatial is going to be it would depend on how many dice you want to give for the base ob. Let me see if there'd be modifiers to that. You're trying to do it. You're not really doing it against so no, you are doing it against yourself. Yeah, you're giving yourself advantage dice. So no increased ob there, and the issue would be how long you want it to last. I guess one test. If the only thing was the next time I try to go here, I get these dice, then it would just be whatever the ob for advantage is, which is either ob 2, 3, or 4, based on how many dice.
Essentially, what I'm wanting to do is like when I try to teleport here, I want it to basically just be like I'd normally teleport.
Right. So that seems
kind
more
of
like a continuous discipline
like
thing.
what Connor did, where he made his thing permanent or whatever.
Yeah,
I don't remember exactly what that was, but
so that would have to be, I think something like arcane knowledge or a practical magic for a wise. Probably the easier one is going to be arcane knowledge. So let's see if there's a skill that works here. So let me check all the academic skills. That's not what we need. Okay, skills. Because there's like Emperalia, which is like knowledge of angels, but that's not quite the same thing. Let me see if I can. Okay, perfect. Okay, academic skills. What do we got? What makes the most sense for knowing? Basically, this is like knowing a backdoor into heaven, right?
Yeah.
Let's see. Emperalia might make the most sense. Or like history. Oh, this should really be races. Because we got like astrology, obscure history, cartography. That's hilarious. Like make a map to heaven. I don't think that's quite what you're doing.
That's the Bible. Thank you very much.
Right. Yes. In the spiritual sense, yes. I think the one that makes the most sense is Emperalia, because it's the idea with that one is like it's like the opposite of demonology, right? It's like knowledge of angels, but I think in this case, like knowledge of heaven kind of falls under that too, because demonology could fall under hell as well, or hell could fall under demonology. Yeah, let's do Emperalia. So you're using continuous as a proxy for this.
Okay.
This is probably you as you're being transported, slowing your mind down so much that you're able to take in the path, right? In which case, I think it's going to be hard, certainly.
Yeah.
And so, what's your specific intent? You said you wanted it to be as if it was a normal spatial discipline roll.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you mean by that? Because like as it stands right now, you can do spatial discipline to go anywhere. It's just that the ob is higher the farther away the thing is, right? So right now it would be as if you're having to transport yourself to like sky or ocean is the breadth of the target of like the amount of distance you're having to do. Even more than that might be, but like a plus 11 ob. What do you want to get it down to? So the options here would be. So I think right now it's going to be a plus 11.
Oh,
yeah. If you're trying to get here by yourself, you're adding a plus 11 ob. But do you want to try to get it to mountain, city, town, village? Like, what level of distance are we thinking?
Pick an ob that I can realistically hit.
Yeah, I think we'll have it be inverse the. Let's see. I don't know. Obviously, you could lower it.
What I want to do is revolutionize the spatial discipline to, instead of where it's traveling in a straight line, I just open a wormhole.
Right. Exactly.
I bend the line to 2 points, so it's not. So it's like I'm traveling nowhere.
I think what we're gonna do is have it be. Let's see. It's gonna be an ob 11 to set it at only a plus 4 ob. I think that's the lowest you could possibly get it, is like a plus 4 ob to it. And then we'll lower the obstacle by each one you want to go above that. So basically, if you would like to have yourself be at a plus 4 ob to travel to heaven, that's an ob 11 Imperalia test here. If you want it to be ob 6, that's an ob 10. Ob 7, that's an ob 9. Ob 8, that's an ob. Like, this is still going to be super difficult. Depends on what you want to do. Like, go ahead and set the ob for me. I think let's see, your ob's going to be between 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. 6 is the lowest ob it could be, and that would basically just be decreasing the ob penalty you're going to get in the future from 11 to 10.
Oh, dude, this might have just been a huge waste of time. I only have a 5 in the continuous.
Yeah, I mean, you might have 2 forks and stuff, right?
I have 2 forks that I could use. Is a god technically a noble?
I don't think so.
Yeah, and that was a stretch.
Kind of, but yeah.
Bull crap wise. I'm trying to bull crap my way into heaven.
Yeah, I mean, this is the thing, right? This is just super difficult. Like, if you had been able to set up research beforehand and make linked tests leading up to this point, then the op could be lower, like with Cantarius's. But this is just Alfons trying to bull crap it in the moment. Yeah. Which is, very difficult.
I kind of want to open Imperalia.
Yeah. Just make an Imperalia test by itself. So as a note, the obs on here are going to be so high that if you try to do it by itself, you're just going to get a test on your perception.
Is that a perception?
Yeah.
Yeah. Never mind. Okay, I'll roll continuous.
All right, which ob do you want to try for? 11 or through 6 are your options.
Let's just go 7, I guess.
7, yeah, that makes sense.
Somewhat realistically hit a 7. I'll spend 2 persona.
So if you succeed on this, you'll get a plus 9 ob to go to heaven instead of a plus 11.
Woo! Okay. 2 base obstacle. What was the ob? 9 or
7?
Oh, 7. Yes.
Yeah, 9 will be the ob that you get in the future. Hey, you got so many 6s, dude.
I should have gone for harder.
Yeah, you could have got a 9 altogether.
Yeah.
That'd have been close, dude. Man, if you had gone all in on this with another Artha point, with another persona, and spending all your fate, you could have gotten 11.
Yeah. Darn.
Bummer.
Yeah. Oh well.
I probably should have just. Oh, you have a +1 disadvantage. Do you have a wound?
I don't think so. Oh yeah, I was supposed to. I did. I got one in the fight, but I was supposed to roll my my health test at the end of the last session, but I think we ran out of time.
Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, this was happening directly after. It makes sense that you had an increase there. It was going to be a challenging no matter what. So Jared, I think I'll give it to you. It's going to be as if you've gotten an 8, right? Instead of, because it's you got 9 successes, but you had that +1 disadvantage. So I'll give it to you as if you had done an 8. So that's what 6, 7, 8. So you're going to get a +8 ob in the future to attempt this.
You should write that down somewhere.
Yes, good idea. Let's write it in your magic section here. We'll do secrets. And we'll say
the move is called the Stairway to Heaven.
Yes, of course.
Okay, I get an extra dice since it's named.
I think I've already given you graduated when it wasn't a graduated, so. So as a reminder, if you're naming it, this is the spell to know if there's a stairway to heaven. It's not the spell to get to right? That's the roll you just made. So if you're naming it that, then this is to know about heaven, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we'll leave it as is.
Okay. Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Yep. I already gave you basically an extra die for free, basically, is kind of what it shakes out to be. Okay, so that's in your secret section on your magic tab for future. Cool. Yeah, so you watch as the wormhole passes you by as you get sucked through it, and you find you figure something out. Cool. Yeah, so you're transported. It seems like a woman's bedroom, right? Except there are no walls. It's just white everywhere, right? Going in all directions. There's no windows looking out over anything. It's literally just like a white plane. But there's furniture in front of you, and it's like, big, large, like king size bed, like a divan where she could lounge. And I think she's there right now. She's like lounging on the couch, basically, right? And there's like a vanity and a mirror and all that jazz, right? A normal bedroom setup, but there's just no walls anywhere. And she's lounging on the couch. I mean, sort of sensuously, but not like intentionally trying to be seductive or anything. As a note, I did officially cast Nerani as Margot Robbie, or however you pronounce her name.
Oh, get me out of here.
Barbie,
get me out of here. I want nothing to do with her anymore. Ugh, disgusting.
Yeah, I mean, she's supposed to be sort of like
disgusting.
Not disgusting, but like she's not like a young attractive, right?
Yeah.
She's a god. She's the like adulterous goddess of marriage. So yeah,
I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, I think Margot Robbie is. How do you pronounce her name? Do you know?
Robbie, I think.
Okay,
but I don't know.
Yeah,
all I know is I hate her and everything she's in.
Yeah, that's fine. But yeah, that's who plays her. And she has a frown. She's just glaring at you. When I posted on the social media about this session, I posted the GIF I posted was gal from Buffy glaring at the camera and slowly zooming in on her. So that's the sort of vibe we get. She's glaring at you and just like shaking her head, and she just says, "Alfons, how do you explain this? Any of this?"
That I just helped kill a demon? No, pretty awesome,
no,
right?
I don't care about that.
You don't care about the first thing happening in the history of all time, ever? Not interesting to you? Something that's never happened before? Not even a little bit?
She's like, "Alfons, we will deal with the situation there, but right now that's not what I called you here for. You're not going to dance your way around this conversation. You gave me the orb.
I did.
And I need it back. It's not yours. It's not Theo's.
It's not mine. You're correct.
Alfons, do you remember what happened? What happened a few years ago? You swore eternal servitude to me? Well, here's my task for you. Get the orb and return it to me."
Well, let's put like 2 and 2 together here. You just put it in a statue that a single person could just take. Wouldn't it be safer with me?
You do not understand, Alfons. Theo shouldn't have known it was there. No one should have known it was there. There's something going on with him.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, she's just like, good, we had this chat. You're
It
gonna
was
go get
just
me the orb now.
well, no. Maybe. Well, we'll get there. So let's start talking why you just left it out in the open.
Yeah,
In the
I don't think
arms of
she's
a
gonna.
statue.
I don't think she's gonna offer that information to you. You can tell there's a reason, and but she like doesn't want to say it, and so she just says, "I had." Yeah, she just says, "I had my reasons."
Are you going to elucidate me as to those reasons?
Alphons, I think you're vastly misunderstanding the relationship that we have. Are you going to do what I've told you to do, or am I going to take away your magic?
Can I do an insight roll to see like how desperate she is to have this?
Yeah. So there is a skill for that we
It's empathy.
made up. Yeah, it's empathy. Do you
Which
have
I
that
have.
one?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I
That's
figured
what we
you did.
switched my observation to because
Yes,
it makes more
it
sense.
makes more sense. Yep.
And we didn't have this before.
Mm-hmm.
We just rolled
Yeah,
observation for everything.
Yeah, and observation is specifically trying to like find hidden characters. So
Yeah.
Okay, so I think let's check. Yes, you can roll for her. What are the obs here? Check out these obs. Okay, so you're trying to see an intent, right?
I
think.
I guess. I mean,
So you're trying to find out like why she needs this so badly. Yeah, I think that's an intent. So it's going to be ob 4, but +2 because she has white shaded will.
Okay.
So ob 6, empathy. Decipher her motivations.
Here. No more. I'm making a bottle for my child.
No problem.
Okay. Does that go down to just a +1 because I have gray will?
Oh, sure. Yeah. That makes sense. I forgot. Well, no, because this empathy is black shaded. Right. That's what the determinant factor is.
Well,
is like
isn't empathy based off of will?
It's based off will and perception. And so unfortunately, you got an increased skill, like a exponent in it when we opened it, because of that, but it's still black shaded.
Okay.
Yeah, so ob 6.
Can I fork in falsehood since she's lying? Or
I'll let you
coy?
I'll let you fork in bullcrap wise for that.
Okay.
You can fork in court gossip wise.
Oh, okay, cool.
Like it's obviously it's more about the metaphor, not the metaphor, but the idea of the thing rather than you knowing specific court gossip, right?
Yeah. Can I roll an essential discipline to increase my perception?
Sure, yeah.
And by increased perception, just get a plus whatever. That's
yeah, just advantage dice, yeah.
Okay. All right, just get to my magic page.
So ob 2, 3, or 4.
Ob 4, obviously.
Okay.
Golden Embrace is the ability I'm using, so I get +2 because it's unlocked.
Mm-hmm.
And we need to start saying those when we use abilities.
Yeah.
I've only been doing it half the time, and no one else. I don't think anyone is.
Connor's been doing it when we prodded him, but yeah.
He's been doing it when he's been creating them.
Yeah.
But yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, Dylan and Theo don't have enough magic for it.
Can I roll to get rid of my disadvantage?
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, we can make that health test first. I think it's just an ob 1.
I think it was an ob 1. I think we rolled this already because I remember you saying ob 1. But yeah, I got that's good.
Yeah, just do it anyway. Yeah.
Okay. Should I re-roll since it's back to 4, or should I just roll 1 fate?
Reroll what?
for the essential discipline I did, it has the disadvantage on it. Should I
Oh, I see, I
re-roll
see.
or should I just do flip of the coin?
Let's just assume it's a 4.
Okay.
And do have you spend fate, and if you get 1 success, then you succeed.
Nope. Darn.
Okay. Yes. So
this is the first time I haven't.
So I think it's going to turn back on you. You're in her realm. You get a +3 ob to the roll now.
Oh, dude.
Right, instead of +3 dice.
Okay. Wait, I'm getting a +3?
Yeah.
What I thought. I thought we did the difference between the success and the exponent or the obstacle.
No, so
normally done.
Yes, except for so the 2 options I have when you fail is unintended effect. So I make it do something you didn't want, or enmity with Nerani. The issue is you're literally in her realm. You get your magic from her. I think she just twists its intent on its head, and instead of you getting +3 dice, you get +3 ob.
Okay, so
I mean, you doing this in front of her is a risk, right? And she saw right through it and flipped it on its head.
So what's the ob then?
Total ob should be 9 then.
9?
Yep.
Oh, that's impossible. Okay.
Yep.
7.
You get a test at least.
Yeah.
Not too bad, honestly.
My disadvantage is still there.
Oh yeah, we gotta take it off from.
Oh,
I got it.
Yeah, okay.
I got it. It's gone. So yeah, it should have been a 9. It's still challenging, but
yeah, it's still. Oh, I have 2.
Yeah, it's still challenging.
I have 2.
Yeah, 2 6s.
6s.
You have so many fate. Might as well. Yeah. Yeah. Make sure you're marking off the fate that you're spending though, and on the thing it's supposed to go on. Yeah, that's a 1 and 2, my friend. Yeah. Yeah, I think this makes sense. You're literally in her realm. She's able to keep her motivations from you.
Okay. I'm just adding fate real quick. And challenge and run. I'll put fate in. Essential. Okay. I kind of just want to go for the Hail Mary with my persuasion, because I think this is the only thing I have that can get me out of this.
Yeah, I mean, I think honestly, I think it would be fun to do a duel of wits here.
Okay.
I think a lot of your back and forth is coming to a head in this moment. We should play out the conversation a little bit more and figure out what, in general, both of you want from this relationship, and see who wins, right? So she's basically trying to pull your reins and be like, no, we need to do a 180 here. You're working for me now. I have a task for you to do. You're going to complete it. No questions asked. And you're going to be my loyal lapdog. And then I assume your
intentions are more of a partnership, and to actually tell me what's going on.
Yeah. Bring you in on.
I literally don't need her, and I could get the exact same help from a different god. Right.
Sure. Cool. Yeah, except, I was gonna say, except that you are in her realm, and you're vulnerable there. So,
but we're also in a bedroom, which is my realm of power.
Oh boy.
I demand a +1 for that.
No, you'll have your seduction and stuff to work with there.
Yeah.
Okay, let me take a look. Do we have? I think we have the duel wits dice or the cards. Yeah, here we go. Awesome. Yeah, let's do it.
Yes, it definitely hasn't been 7 years since we've done it.
No, I know exactly. It's been a while. I know we did. I think we did a fight in Lords of Hatred. So it's that's similar at least.
It is similar, but also completely different.
Okay, so you both stated your case, right? If she wins, Alfons will be a loyal lapdog, doing my bidding and asking no questions. What is yours again?
We'll be equal partners. She'll tell me what's really going on. And what was the other thing I said?
I don't know.
My eternal lover.
And become her lover.
No, the other way around.
Yeah, I know what you mean. But yeah, Alfons will be equal partners with Nerani, bringing him in on her secrets and become her lover. Okay. Sounds good.
The third one was a panic one because I needed 3.
Sure. I mean, and usually you always want to give these 2 crazy, bigger than you would ever hope to win. Okay,
she becomes my lapdog.
No, I don't think you could have done that, but
yeah.
Let's see.
Unless she's into that.
So as a note, she has a god trait that allows her to automatically get compromises on Duel of Wits. Let me look that up here. She has the middle one. So it's not... There's one that like is basically just says, I am God.
I need that trait.
She doesn't have that one.
Aha.
That's for like the most powerful beings in the setting. I think she has the middle one, which is... I know what the... Oh yeah, higher power here. If this entity should ever lose a duel of wits against a being of equal or lesser stature, they receive a compromise in addition to the compromise determined by the state of his opponent's body of argument.
Okay.
So, basically, whatever compromise she wins normally with this duel of wits, even if she loses, she'll get another one of that same value.
And how do I make it so she doesn't get any compromises?
So if you manage to get her no compromises, what you'll have to do is she can get absolutely no damage on your argument. You have to make her never hit your argument once. So you have to play defensively enough that you can block her. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you've agreed to the terms, and then body of argument skills. So I assume you're using persuasion for your... Yeah, this is an intimate or personal argument, so persuasion makes sense. And then, let's see. And you add any successes to the lead character's will exponent. Okay. Yes, so obviously your will is...
Was
G4?
Was the abbess her? Did the abbess pray to her?
The abbess, yes, Achia did, yes, at one point.
But not anymore.
No, not anymore.
Okay. Well, I just need to keep that in my back pocket.
I mean, to be fair, the actual reason, I don't know if Alfons knows this, but the actual reason Theo was able to get the orb is because Achia found out about it.
Oh.
Achia was the one who made a crazy astrology roll to find it.
Can I make what's it called? The future sight roll?
Yeah.
To see what happened between them?
Sure, yeah, that makes sense.
Okay.
Well, I don't know if you have the time to do it right now.
Okay.
Like you've already tried doing magic once in front of her, and she's gonna like basically just cut you off at this point, right? Okay. But later you can do that.
I don't have any residuals left.
No, I don't think so.
Do I have enough residual just to use them as forks?
Yeah, that's
not an actual ability. Okay. Yeah, I was about to roll.
No, I don't think so. The way the Duel of Wits works, like there's specific actions you have to take when you're doing magic and stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So yeah, the only thing that will matter here for your shades, is because you have a gray shade and she has a white shade. She'll just add, I think, 1 to her body of argument because she has 1 shade above you.
Okay.
She has a much higher will than you do, though.
Yeah.
Already. So this is gonna be difficult. Your hope is to get a bunch of successes on your roll here.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm going to add up her stuff. Go ahead and add up your stuff, and we'll make those rolls. All right, she has a persuasion.
Do I roll this, or is it? So I'm rolling
Yes,
with
you're
base
rolling
persuasion?
this as yes, you're rolling this persuasion as an actual persuasion, and the successes you get are added to 4 for you, and that's your final.
So
body
for
of
this roll, can I, since we're not in the thing yet, can I fork in magic?
I don't think so.
I'm not rolling a magic ability. I'm just forking.
I think you would. I think you would have to roll if you wanted to do anything, and because she's like not wanting you to do that, I just don't think you have the ability to right now.
Okay.
Like just given the narrative,
Yeah.
like structure of your magic, like she's not going to let you use it against her.
Mm-hmm.
All right, she's going in all in on this with Persona as well. So,
Okay.
15. So her final body of argument is 24.
What?
Yep.
Oh. Okay.
This is what happens when you parlay with gods. Honestly, this is probably Alfons' biggest challenge yet.
Yeah. What does a call on trait do? Is that just re-roll all failed dice?
Yes, all failed dice on one test. So if you have a call in for persuasion, you can reroll all the failed dice on one persuasion test in a session.
Okay. If I give her a dank burn right now, can I get +2 for rapier wit?
No, it's like an actual action thing in the in duel wits.
Okay. I know, that's why I asked now. But I am going to use and abuse
I'm sure.
that.
I'm sure. There is a stipulation on that one, though, that if you happen to fail a roll when you do it,
I don't get to use it again. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. Next verbal action.
Mm-hmm.
If you do not win that test, or if the action is a failed dismiss, rapier wit may not be used the rest of the duel wits. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'm just gonna spend a fate right now to open end it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I'll be kind to you and not spend any fate for her, even though she undoubtedly has some. To open end, she got a lot of 6s. Oh, she got 3 6s, but yeah, still.
Oh my goodness!
Whoa!
That's the best I've ever rolled. Oh, 4 6s.
And you already open ended it, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, I'm gonna re-roll another one too.
Yeah, yeah.
Why not?
That's awesome, dude. That's so many dice.
Oh, I have to go again.
Yep.
Okay, so an extra 1, so 22 total. Suck it.
Yeah, it's 22 plus your 4, so 25. Or no, 26. Because you're adding your will to it.
Yeah. And you accounted for me having gray will, right?
Yes, exactly. So that's why I only gave her a +1 to her body of argument, because she has 1 shade higher than you.
Haha, I have more than you, lady.
That's actually incredible. So yeah, good job. Okay, cool. Ooh. Yeah, body of argument is set up. Let's see.
3.
Let's see. Did anyone have? No, I don't think either of you have traits that actually affect the body of argument straight out. No. Okay. She has call-ins though too. So she'll be using those.
No.
Okay, so now we set up our round. So go ahead and you should be able to look at go to choose on that deck on the bottom right, and look through the options you have available to you. And you should actually there's a compendium now we have. So if you look at the top right corner and the little eye, you can type in duel wits and it will give you information about stuff.
Where's the? I don't see an eye.
Oh, you don't? On the top right?
Oh, you mean the compendium? Oh, okay.
The compendium, yeah.
Ah, okay. I thought you were talking about when I was picking a card. Okay.
Yeah, so if you go to the Duel of Wits sections, you should be able to look at all of those options and what they do.
I'm gonna swoon.
And it will tell you which skill you can use with them. Some of them you won't be able to use because you don't have you won't have the right skill. But
yeah.
let's see. Yeah. All right, I think I know what I'm going to do. I think if you drag the cards out, they should be false or face down.
Okay.
Yep, they're face down. So mine will be on the top.
So it says one says versus and one says vulnerable. What does that mean?
What are you looking at?
The cards. Or STD.
Vulnerable? Yeah, so that means standard. So basically the idea is there are certain actions that will be against each other and others that just are against their own obs.
Okay.
So like, point against rebuttal, obviously you're doing stuff against each other. That sort of thing.
Okay.
But there's others where you just like talk past each other and do separate things.
Yeah. Oh no, baby. Why are you being so feisty? Is yours just point like mine?
We'll see. All right, I have mine set. So go ahead and drag them out and put them below mine in proper order when you get them settled.
Okay, can you just tell me what dismiss does?
Yeah, so dismiss is like the end all be all of a conversation. You usually only want to use it at the very end.
Okay.
I guess when you know you're going to defeat their body of argument, because if you don't do it, then you hesitate the next time. But you'll get +2 dice on dismiss at the when you use that. It's basically just a point with +2 dice. And if you don't win on that turn, you hesitate.
And for point is the one where we both go down, right?
Yeah, a point is just attack. There's no defense involved. So if they do a point against you, you're just both attacking each other and no defense is happening. Rebuttal is where you defend against their point and then make a point of your own.
And obfuscate?
Obfuscate is you're basically just trying to distract them instead of making much of a point. If you win, the opponent's current action is canceled. Basically, you like get rid of their action this time. If you beat them by 1 or more, their next action is at +1 ob. Basically, you're just trying to distract them, so your next thing will be better and to cancel out the thing they're trying to do currently.
And I can't use persuasion for that one. It doesn't look like
you cannot. Yeah, you can use falsehood, oratory, soothing platitudes, ugly truth.
What if I confess my love to her? Is that an obfuscate?
Sure, yeah, that'd probably be an obfuscate. Either that or incite. Incite would be like seduction. You could use for that.
Oh, okay.
So incite is just trying to get a rise out of someone.
I don't. Oh, there it is. Okay.
Because I don't think you can do obfuscate with seduction. No. Yeah.
Well, the obstacles are will X, so that would be what, 12?
For you, it would be 9.
Okay.
Her will is 8, and has 1 shade over you.
Okay. That's actually not that bad. Make a steal test or hesitate. During the next volley.
Mhm.
So do I just not take damage? So do I just take all of their damage on that volley?
Are you talking about obfuscate?
Insight.
Insight. Let's see. So you're, yeah, I think if they're doing a dismiss, incite, point, or rebuttal, then you're not defending against them. But if they're doing an avoid, feint, or obfuscate, then you're like going against them.
Okay.
So it is leaving you open to get damage to you if they are just being aggressive.
Mm-hmm. Crap, I forgot what I put my first one as. Crap. Okay, well, I probably put it there for a good reason.
So yeah, some of these are risks based on what you think they're going to do.
Yeah. Probably. Are you playing these as you would play them or as she would play
them? Say again.
Are you playing these as you would play them or as she would play them?
I don't think I'm good enough at this to do it myself. I'm just trying to play the character as I think it would be. I think it's a good strategic move, but mainly I was just being like, what would she do?
So point.
You can believe whatever you wish.
She's kind of a Karen, so. I just need to know which one is your point. If not all of them.
Mm-hmm. Every time I look down and you have 944 cards on your your name. Are you good to go?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. All right, so her first card, if I can do it, is rebuttal.
Gosh darn it.
Do they just cancel each other out?
I think I can't read it because it's tiny now.
Oh, it says vulnerable. Let's take a look. Actually, I have it here. So rebuttal against rebuttal. Do not test any ability for this interaction. You're vulnerable. So yeah, because you're both doing it, nothing happens.
Both just
you're waiting.
There.
You're waiting for the other person to make a point first, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Being careful. All right, cool. And then
we're both gonna have point. Oh.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I was gonna say if you both somehow did incite on that, I was just gonna say you stand there for a moment and then you start making out.
Yeah. I was literally thinking that I should do incite for that one too.
That's hilarious.
I almost did it. I'm kind of sad that I didn't. Okay.
All right. So incite versus point.
Do I just do damage to her? It's standard.
Yeah, you're gonna do damage to her automatically, and she's going to try to like do something to you next time, basically, right? It's the idea.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of who would speak first, right? Like,
I mean, I think it would be me.
Yeah, that makes sense. You're both waning. You're the one who's actually going to wane with an argument, and then she's going to try to distract you.
Yeah. But my arguments were going to come from. Okay.
I can have her go first if you want.
Okay, yeah, have her go first.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly think, like, there's a moment where... so, here's a question. How close are you standing next to her?
However, I don't think I've... I don't know, like 3 feet, 4 feet. I don't know.
Yeah, you're close. You're close. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think she looks up at you like you're both waiting for the other to say something, and I honestly think she like reaches out a hand. You know, you're probably not quite close enough for her to touch you, but like she starts reaching out a little bit, and then she says, "Well, Alfons, how about we start this conversation with something a little bit more fun?"
And she just gets naked.
Probably something along those lines, right?
Oh,
like, yeah,
no.
she's definitely trying to just seduce you in this moment. Just to lower your guard. Let's see. And I think honestly, if you're down with it, I think she maybe just like flicks her wrist and your armor comes off. Like it's gonna be fine and stuff. But in terms of,
and then there's a second pair of armor underneath.
Second armor. Just so, there's the possibility of this instead of you just being in armor and taking a long awkward time to take it off.
I think she has to roll a magic check for
that. No, I don't think so. Okay, here. You know what? I'll humor you, Jared. There you go. She does it. Minor miracle.
Oh, if she fails this, I will die.
No, I already did it. She got 8 successes. All right, cool. So seduction. This is actually her best skill.
All right, let's go.
Let's see.
Is it versus my will?
I believe so.
Oh, that's so easy.
Let's see. Yep, against will. I believe she gets an extra die too, since it's you have a lower shade.
So if I fail this, do I just not get the next volley?
So if you fail this, you must make a steal test or hesitate during the next volley.
Oh, okay.
If she fails, the margin of her failure is added as advantage dice to your test. Okay, so she's gonna grab her quart here, or her forks here, rather.
Is it just my will, or is it there like bonuses for how unwilling I am to do this?
Would you be that unwilling?
In this situation, yes.
All right. Well, let's just make your will exactly as it is then, instead of having her get an advantage dice.
Okay.
Or lowering the odd or whatever. Let's see.
Yeah, there's a much different situation than the last time.
Yeah, I think she adds as the last fork. She says, "We both know we could probably use a little. We could probably benefit with a little blowing off of steam." And she's gonna fork an ugly truth there. She's like, "Come on, you know you want to have sex." All right, cool. I'm going to assume, like, I could just give her infinite Arthur if I really wanted to. I'm going to assume that she spent all of her persona on that first body of argument, but I'll assume she probably has fate for most of these rolls.
Okay.
If she needs them. Okay, so base ob is 4. Yeah, I was going to say she got like 6 6s, so.
I mean, it would be 5 because it's gray, but still.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, she has a white shaded seduction.
Oh, okay, never mind then.
Yeah, I was going to say.
So then it should be 3.
I was going to give her an advantage dice for it, but your argument for that he would be against it, I just put it as 4 and no advantage dice extra. Yes, so she succeeds there. It just means you're going to have to fail. I don't think her getting a bunch of successes over it means anything beyond that. Okay. But this is your next test, so you can do your point first, and then...
Okay.
So yeah, I guess it would have made more sense then if you had done your point first.
Yeah, I guess. But we could fix it in post.
Yeah. Yeah, so what do you say?
All right. He just, so to preface, he's doing this in a conspicuous, flowery manner of speaking.
Okay, yep.
Like he's presenting it to a crowd.
I don't know if that really helps here. You're quite literally alone with her in her bedroom.
Mm-hmm. But
I don't think
gods
you can speech at
love
her.
flowery speeches. That's the thing. Like when you listen to a pastor pray, does it sound like he's just talking to someone, or does it sound like he's giving, like he's being like flowery and talking to,
I'll give it to you as a fork, just mainly for like vocal techniques and
Okay.
flowery speech stuff, but
Okay.
it is stretch.
Okay.
You're certainly not going to be able to use it at any point in this conversation as an actual skill.
Yeah. Right. Well, my point being, I just think of it this way. You managed to lose this gift I so graciously gave you. An entire church worth of your followers weren't able to protect it. Theo is a completely uncontrollable madman, which you should know better than anyone. What better person to protect the stone? And at this point, he like grabs her hand, than your most devoted follower, and probably your strongest follower, who can just happen to teleport to the god realm. Now that you've shown me how to get here.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. Go ahead and make that roll. And I think like no matter success or fail, she'll probably attempt to seduce you after that statement. And does so successfully.
And he regards her as like whatever her like official godly term name would be, and does like a bow as to someone of greater stature, whatever that would be in Ceran culture. Yeah. So seduction, bullcrap wise, falsehood, etiquette, empathy.
No, you failed. You're the one empathy you tried.
Well, that was in regards to finding out.
Yeah, I know, but I think in general that's like shown us that like he can't get a read on her during this conversation.
Okay. Haggling.
Sure. Yeah, as a fork, it makes sense.
Okay. It's like I've lost count already. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 for conspicuous, 8 for oratory, 9 for court gossip wise. Oh, Theo's a noble, isn't he?
Theo is a noble, yep.
Yes! Noble wise?
Sure. Makes sense.
Intimidation, because I used Theo's presence as kind of a threat. Because he's obviously just going to break in again and hurt your people again, wherever you store it.
Yeah, but that's not you threatening her, right? That's just like if you had like ugly truth or something. That makes sense. Do you have ugly truth?
No.
Yeah,
I need to get ugly truth. Okay. And I could, and if I ever so choose to get it myself, if Theo can do it, I most certainly can. Because there's obviously a reason that you can't just hold on to it. Does that work?
For what were you trying to fork in there?
Intimidation.
Oh, yeah.
Saying that I can,
sure.
If Theo can do it, I can obviously do it.
Yeah. Yep, that's fine.
And there's obviously a reason you. Does she have any reaction when I say that there's obviously a reason you can't hold on to it?
Sorry, say that again. I'm confused.
Is there any reaction to when I say that there's obviously a reason she can't hold on to it personally?
She definitely seems to react somewhat, but I don't know if Alfons
I don't know what that
actual
means.
Read on it. Yeah.
Okay. City-wise, because I know where she's going to put it.
No, I don't think so.
Even if I say, is there a reason she has to keep it in Lucerta?
Again, you could like make a city-wise test, like a linked test, if you wanted to figure that out.
Failing it is just gonna make it harder.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure the reason yet, but if you have to keep it in Lucerta, I will Me, if anyone, will most certainly find it in Lucerta. So
Mhm.
that way, if there is a reason, it has to be in Lucerta. I should get it.
If there was a reason, you would have gotten it, but there is
Okay,
not
so there
really.
is not. Okay.
Yeah.
Just making sure. And
Yes.
no forkings of
Lucerta is in
magic.
some special city that has magic on it or anything.
Yeah.
What are you saying?
And you said no forking of magic.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, dang it. Can we retcon
Recon what?
when she gets naked?
Sure. What? Yes.
This might get me into trouble.
Well, I think the idea was that she was going to do that after this anyway. Now in the timeline,
But
so.
it already happened, and this could get me a +2 dice.
Oh, sure. I thought you were saying you would rather it. Okay, good. Keep
Mhm.
going. What are you saying?
When she does.
Oh boy.
Okay. I'm like, oh, this is nice and all, but I think we should hurry on. I've got plans with the abyss after this.
Oh dang! Yikes!
Is that worthy of a +2?
What are you trying to for?
Rapier wit.
Oh, for the rapier wit. Yes, for sure. Yeah, that's good. That's good.
I think that deserves a +3 because it was
Nah.
personal. Okay.
No, that was good, but yeah, just the normal rapier wit.
All right, so +2 for that. Technique wise.
Technique wise is for swords, my friend.
Exactly.
Walked right into that one.
Oh yeah, you did.
Yeah, I don't think it counts here. Like if you were specifically trying to incite, then
Yeah.
sure, but
Yeah. Okay. I can't believe you give it to me if it was incite.
no, I think like the again for wises are supposed to be slightly open ended, so.
Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry, just looking for more stuff I can add. Oh, and tall tale teller.
Yeah.
Okay. That's
I think
14 dice.
I think this is just what against Ob 1, right? It's just like a standard. Roll the ability to do the action at the obstacle. Let me
What's
check.
her body of argument?
Because I think it's just like against the points. Okay, let's see. In a standard test, subtract your point successes from your opponent's body of argument. Yep.
Does a deeds point double my dice?
A deeds point doubles not your forks, but your base exponent.
Ah, darn.
So you have an 8 or 9 in it.
And persuasion, I have an 8.
Yeah, I was gonna say then you get another 8. Yeah, that's why it was broken when we had Dellen roll like 6,000 dice with that. He should have only doubled his sword exponent. Yeah, I mean honestly, with
if I spend 1 fate or 3 persona in 1's deed, I'll have 34 dice.
And the way deeds works, Alfons, you automatically get all of them as successes. Remember, it's well, okay, you should roll first.
Oh, okay. I don't have to spend
here's the
deeds
question.
point now.
Yeah. So actually, there's 2 ways you can use these points.
Okay.
You can either double your exponent or automatically make all the dice you're rolling with successes after the fact.
Mm-hmm.
So as long as you had 24 dice total before your deeds point.
Okay. Let me figure this out.
Then. Yeah. Then you can auto win the duel right now.
18 plus 8, 22. Oh, okay. And then add 3 persona to that. I don't even need to add 3 persona. I just need to add 2 persona to that.
Yeah. Again, given how deeds points work, they're supposed to be crazy awesome, like auto win stuff.
Yeah, I just win now.
Sure. Yeah.
I'll spend the 2 persona points and then the deeds point.
Yeah. She took a risk with the incite. And it fails. Yeah, and you don't even need to roll, right? Like you do it and it. I mean, you might as well roll though, just because like you might get a test. I don't think you're gonna get a test, but
I definitely will not. Oh, actually,
you might.
I won't because there's no ob.
There's no ob. It's a routine. Yeah. But it might still be. You might not have to spend the deeds, right?
Oh, yeah, you're right. All right, so 14 plus. All right, let's just do this. I'm gonna spend a fate to obviously open end it.
Sure.
All right, so 14 forks. Yeah, I'll just do 3 Artha because why not?
Yeah, you want to put that in this anyway.
Base optical is 24.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
dude.
Gosh darn it. I just started, Caleb.
Dude, you have one fate.
Wait, Caleb.
What?
Caleb.
What?
I have a call on trait. I don't even need you. Screw you, Deeds point. I don't even need you.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, you can reroll 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 6 dice with that call on.
Okay, cool.
All you need is 2 successes. As a note, there is a fate button right next to your fate pool that you can automatically put in the remaining ob and the dice you're rolling with, and it will do it for you. So remaining ob 2 and
dice is 6.
Dice 6. Yep.
And after this, I still have 1 fate left. I can spend
to
reroll 1 dice, which I won't need.
Nice. Again,
I can't believe it.
Yeah, you don't even need the deeds. That's awesome.
That is outrageous.
That is outrageous. Yeah. Congrats, my friend. Like she was hoping you were going to do a point and she could do that rebuttal at the beginning, right? But that's
what I thought you were going to do as well. You almost always do point at the very beginning.
I was trying to be, again, I was trying to think about the character, not me. So she was trying to be careful. But yeah, I think what happens, right, is she attempts to seduce you. She succeeds in doing it, but I think like it's like this weird thing where like you make the points, right? You say that you make her jealous, right? By saying the Avis comment. She did successfully seduce you. Let's do this first. Alfons, do you want to just make that steel test for me? Just to see if you hesitate or not.
What's the
So the ob is just 4. It's your hesitation.
Okay.
I'll give you a +1 dice for it though.
Cool.
Because you're feeling safe.
Okay.
There you go.
I am unfazed.
I was going to say, you're in complete control of your faculties. I was going to say, if you had failed this, that it might have been you just like start making out with her because because that's, the sort of thing she was wanting you to do. What do you do instead? You're in complete control of the situation. You can tell that her arguments, or any arguments she was going to have, are just like blown away by all of your statements. What do you do?
Well, what does she do?
Well, I mean, she was the okay. Well, we should figure out the final order of operations here.
Because I just had my turn, so I think she should have her turn then. Is essentially what the order of operations would be.
So you did the point first, and then said that, and then she's going to do her insight, basically.
No. She did the insight, and like I did the point because I did the rapier wit. So it would. In the order of operations, it would be her turn to react next to my turn.
Right. I see what you're saying. Let me see what
Since I succeeded in the steal.
I was going to have her do a point.
I was going to do a dismiss.
Yeah, her whole plan was to be careful right away because she expected you to be on the offense. And then do insight to make you hesitate, and then pile in a bunch of dice on her point there.
Yeah.
You just got to do that on the second round instead of yeah. So she I don't know. Yeah, like I think like the main thing that got her from that whole thing was the Abyss comment, right? She doesn't like the Abyss, especially these days, right? She probably knows that it's the Abyss's fault. And I think she just like wants to claim you, right? Again. as a makes
And
sure the
she's
Abyss doesn't
willing
hit
to
you.
like cave into my demands to.
But I don't think it starts out that way. I think she thinks maybe at first that she successfully seduced you, right? You guys start having sex. You start doing the do,
Yeah.
right? But by the end of it, you've won, right? You like she doesn't care as much by the end of it about the point she was making, and she kind of in her own mind she's convinced herself, oh, I was going to do this all along, right? Like this was my plan. But Alfons did definitely win there. It
was her plan to give in to all my demands.
She thinks it was her plan now.
Okay.
But she is wrong.
If she just stands there, I'll say, this is how this is gonna work. I'll give you what you want, and I like motion at how she is at right now. Once you give me what I want.
Yeah. And then you just do the do, right?
Well, no, she has to give me what I want first.
What did you?
My demands.
How, right. How could she give you that right now? As
telling me what's really going on.
I think it makes more sense. I'm trying to think of like you won so successfully, but I want to make sure that it makes narrative sense for her to be switching. And I think it would have to be after sex that she switches this, right? That does happen, and it's like pillow talk afterwards that she's giving you the secrets, right?
Okay, yeah, that works.
Yeah, that's what I was figuring. So it happens, and then I think she says, you do realize that if my husband was here, he would kill you.
That's what makes it fun.
Yeah. And she's like, playing with your hair probably. And she says, Alfons, there's something. We have to keep the artifacts safe. If they can't be brought together. I was trying to put it somewhere inconspicuous. It should have been inconspicuous. But I can't keep it here because this place and what it is, it couldn't stay here for long. I gave my husband the orb for a little while, and he used it to start a few wars. But
did he use it to start the war between Lucerta and Ceran and
Shoei?
Shoei?
Yeah, she nods. Says, yes.
How?
I promised him that the next war would be even greater. But I don't know. Alfons, what's going on? Your Theo is trying to gather the artifacts together. Does he even understand what he's doing?
I think we both know the answer to that one.
Yeah. She says, Alfons, there's a gate. A gate that shouldn't be opened. And yes, I'm playing with fire, but the artifacts on their own, they're harmless, but powerful. They can do things for us. I was being pragmatic. You could ask her questions. And
how did he use it to start a war?
For us as gods, maybe for you as mortals too, I don't know. The artifacts are channels of power. They don't really grant much on their own, but anyone who has an ability themselves, it can be used to manifest and multiply. We as the gods use them to lock away things that should remain locked away. And honestly, Dylan has filled you in at this point on the stuff they found out about what the artifacts do, right? was basically if the artifacts are all put together, and this is basically Nerani's just confirming all of these things that Dylan already told you. Basically, if they're all put together, that's bad because that will open a gate that will basically let demons come. So the demons right now are all like stuck in this like shade form and can only manifest through their bonds, right? If the artifacts are all put together, that gate will be opened, the prison will be like broken, and they can run amok with physical forms again.
That doesn't sound very fun.
Yeah, exactly. And she doesn't entirely know why this. So her guess basically is like, and honestly, I think we've already confirmed this from multiple sources with other characters too. So I'll just tell you the all the details of this, right? The demons were messing with the stars, which is where the astrology people get their prophecies and stuff, to make the stars say something that they did not mean to say. By itself, astrology is true and helpful, but the demons were blotting out certain stars to confuse the message, because of that like dark biosphere that like covers the planet or whatever, right? Dark atmosphere, and basically try to set up this whole thing so that Alfons and the other four of you, right, we're going to each unlock the artifact, gather the artifacts together in an attempt to save the world, not knowing that it was actually going to cause the end of the world. And Nerani is basically just like, I don't think that can happen again. Like, we just, like, as long as they are kept apart, like, we know this now, like, it's not going to happen. We'll keep it safe. So I just figured since they were out anyway, I might as well use it for something, right? And my power, it was useful for me and it was useful for my husband, and maybe we'll pass it around to whoever else our friends are and do cool things in the world. But you can,
cool things in the world of destroying my people.
Yeah, I mean, he's like, I think she says, we all have to make compromises, Alfons.
And so will you. End things with him. She's committed to me now.
That has to be a separate role. Like, there was never going to be in the cards to automatically, like, being lovers meant like you're probably her favorite lover, right?
Hey, that makes sense.
But yeah, you can make a roll if you want to.
Yeah, what's the ob?
It would just be beyond the scope of that dual wits.
I think I should get an advantage though because of the.
Yeah, that's fine.
Seeing as it's much more powerful coming from a lover as opposed to
I think what you've basically done is you've gotten rid of any beliefs that she might have had to increase the ob. Yeah, exactly. So it's just, she's still white shaded, but so it's still gonna be an ob 9. But yeah, ob 9.
Easy peasy.
Oh boy.
I'm just making things harder. Okay. Well, persuasion, seduction, bullcrap wise. Falsehood, etiquette. Is empathy allowed now that I've succeeded?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, 2.
Yeah, your empathy and magic are back to be normal.
Oh, okay. Court gossip wise, 7.
Sure.
I don't think conspicuous or oratory would help.
No.
Haggling?
I don't think so. You're just demanding, right?
Okay. I don't think intimidation would be good.
Yeah, it would certainly be more relevant than haggling, but yeah.
Yeah. Can I use intimidation but towards her husband?
No.
Okay. Technique wise,
sure.
Let's go. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna roll essential discipline now. There's no way this should fail this time.
How many dice do you want to give yourself?
3, so it would be ob 4.
Ob 4, yeah. If you're just doing it for one test, yeah. Nice.
And
Yep,
that
3
Artha
dice.
is a persona.
Mhm.
Where did I? Right, so right, I'm at 11 help dice right now. And can I just fork in continuous?
Yeah, that's fine.
I fork in.
No, I don't think so. Like, given what you're doing here, I don't know if like it would automatically help you to be able to slow down time for yourself.
Oh, I'm looking into the future, seeing how she reacts to like each word I say as I say it.
Yeah, then I think you should roll. Yeah.
Okay. I think I'll just make that one a +2.
Mhm.
And I'll just fork in spatial to that since I can't use it on its own.
I don't think spatial helps you at all here.
I thought we could just fork in the disciplines to another. Just for
No,
magic
not
dice.
automatically. If it makes
Oh,
sense, like spatial doesn't help you see into the future.
Okay, that makes sense. If I fail this, does that add to the ob?
If you like straight out fail, then if you straight out fail, then it will either get unintended effect or enmity.
Okay.
In which case, probably just an ob penalty. We'll say equal to the margin of failure.
I got it. That Artha was also a persona.
Cool. All right. Yep. So you get an extra 5 dice from all those.
And then 1 for Tall Tale Teller. What's the ob I'm trying to hit?
9.
Oh, yeah, there's no way I could fail this.
You have a call on too, so. Well, actually, no, you already used your call on.
Yeah, I already used it.
Yeah. But you have a deeds point.
It's 9. Yep.
Nice.
I went too hard into that.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think she says, like, there's obviously going to be like some more context that she has to have. So she'll basically say, Alfons, I can't just, he's a dangerous man.
And you're a dangerous woman.
She just seems shocked by the suggestion, and you're gonna have to like obviously you've succeeded, but like, what's the thing you say that actually pushes her over the edge? Like, as it stands right now, right, he's the god of war. The big thing here is he could just kill her. So as well, you're asking her like literally to cut off the relationship publicly, right? Like, as in like divorce him.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, again, you can do it, but like there has to be a good reason offered here.
So from
or a good strategy.
Yeah, I'm just trying to tabulate like of all the interactions we've had together where she's mentioned him. What do I think her general like impression and state of their relationship is?
So the thing with Nerani is that she has this husband. Their marriage is a marriage of practicality, right? They have sex and stuff, but like it's a very open marriage. He knows. I think he hates that she does this, but he knows that she sleeps around or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So this would have to. The issue here would be like this would have to be. There has to be a strategy put in place to prevent him from harming her. Because that's what would happen. Like with that role, you've certainly got it so that she's basically functioning like, okay, sounds good, he's dead to me. But like actually publicly doing it and like not pretending in front of him, that's a separate thing.
Are they gods? What are they called?
Patron
saints?
You'd refer to them as the patron saints.
Do they have physical bodies or are they like spirit things, kind of like the demons?
Yeah, they basically have physical forms, more or less.
They do.
Mm-hmm. That's the reason that you're able to have sex with Nerani.
But she's had her physical form on Earth before, but no one could see her but me.
Yeah. Again, like the rules work differently for them. They do have physicality to them.
Okay.
So it's not like a demon where like they can manifest physical whatever, and it's like separate from them being a spirit. The Kalahim, the gods, actually do have some sort of physicality to them, whether or not they can mess with it.
So they can't. Would it be possible for her to like inhabit me and or an object that I have? Similar to like what a demon does, but not like quite the same.
What would you want to do with that exactly? What would be the purpose?
I'd protect her.
Alfons fights Tanis, the god of war.
I got Dellen. I ain't worried.
Yeah.
I need to. I'm telling you right now, I'm inventing a spell called Panic Button, and it's literally just summon Dellen.
Yeah, teleport Dellen to your side. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think something like that could be attempted. At the very least, she has faith magic, right? She could attempt to do like I think it makes sense if she wants to, like, basically she would be rolling faith to do a major miracle to white shade your sword, right? So you could actually take them on.
I like this.
Yeah, you could attempt it.
So I'll steal the line from you. Your marriage is a marriage of practicality. Marriage, war, what do those have in common? He's an uncouth brute. Stay with me. I'll obviously protect you.
Yeah, she raises an eyebrow and says,
he might be able to beat you one-on-one, but the two of us, and I can summon the strongest person on the mortal plane.
Yeah, she thinks about it, and she says, Alfons, while I do find it, I don't know what she's trying to say there.
And then you'll be able to keep an eye on your little artifact in person, with no one knowing but me.
Yeah, she says, what's the long game here, Alfons? Like, what benefit does it give us to discard Tanis?
Well, if he finds out what's going on between us already, he's just going to kill me. And potentially you. So why not?
What do you want, Alfons?
Well, you, obviously.
Besides that, what do you want? What do you want to accomplish in this world? I can help you with that, but I need to know what it is.
Well, stop the artifacts from coming together now. Protect my family.
She seems to think about something. She says, oh, well, that might work. Alfons, let's kill my husband, shall we?
Woo! This is a new one even for me.
Yeah, she explains to you her plan. She says, if what you want is to destroy the artifacts, which I agree would be, like, as long as we can keep some of them around, right?
Obviously we're keep mine around.
Yeah, destroy an artifact. Well, so this is the issue. She says, I think our best bet to do that is this, right? And she lays out this plan. It's only going to work with the orb because you're attuned to the orb. But kill Tanis, take his aspect, right? Ascend to be the god of war.
Caleb, stop making me add some stuff.
You keep doing this to yourself, Alf.
I wasn't even trying this time.
No. But this is the issue, right? Like, Tanis by himself couldn't do this to the artifact because he's not attuned to it in the way that you are.
Yeah.
But because of your connection to the orb, if you were the god of war, you could use that power to, like, sever it, right?
Okay.
And she's like, if we did that to even one of them, well, then problem solved. No demons.
And a potential other idea to get us there. You said, since I'm attuned to the orb, and the orb can be used to enhance one's magic powers. If you gave me your powers, and then not like your whatever godly affinity, like you said, but if I channeled your powers through me through the artifact, what would that do in theory?
Yeah, she said we could flood any city. We could destroy marriages, destroy relationships.
Well,
We could bring people together. We could do anything within my realm of power, except to a degree impossible even to me.
so we could destroy her marriage.
Yes, sure, yeah. And you could probably do it in such a way that Tannis would be fine with it, right?
Let's do it.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. Yeah, she says, well then, Alfons, I suppose we're in a roundabout way back to the original point. Get the orb.
Yeah. That shouldn't be too hard.
Yeah. So she says, I'll see you soon, darling. And then waves her hand and you're back.
I don't think that could have gone literally any better than it did.
Nope. It's certainly not what I expected.
Yeah, I thought I was going to straight up get curb stomped.
And like, if she had been able to roll even once, it certainly would have been a lot worse for you.
Oh yeah. I might have been able to snag the win, but I don't.
Again, you could have
close.
I think you could have won. The issue is just she gets so many compromises, even getting any damage on you, that it was going to be bad. Yeah, you weren't going to get what you actually wanted by the end of it. But yeah. Well, I don't know how much time you have.
I have until 5.
Okay, yeah.
Theoretically, unless my wife and or child needs me.
Yeah. Cool. Well, let's do that second scene then. Let's do Nico stuff. Yeah. What's your game plan there? Like, what's the first step to that?
I just barge straight in, full of confidence and virality.
Virility, you mean?
No. Alfons is viral.
Oh, I see. Yeah, so your belief is it must continue. I will convince Nico to accept the king's gracious offer. So you're just barging into Nico's study or whatever?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to do any preliminary work with Damiana?
Is she not there?
She could be there, I suppose. Is the idea that you like went to Damiana and she was like set up the meeting or whatever?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So maybe we just heard a conversation between Damiana and Nico, and she's like, "There's someone I want you to meet," right? And yeah.
Well, we've already met, didn't we? Didn't we already have a scene where he was present?
Yes, you had a scene where he was present. I don't know if you actually. He talked to Dellen. I don't think he talked to you.
I thought he was involved with the scene where the king was there.
He was there with the duel, yes, but I don't think you two talked to each other.
No, not the one where the second meeting when it was Cantarius.
No, Nico was not there. No, you were talking to just the king. Kaito Tasuki was there.
Yeah, Connor's uncle.
Cantarius, yeah, Connor's uncle.
Yeah, I guess I thought I'm probably just wrong.
You were in Nico's house though. That's where he's staying.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's why I was confused.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool, yeah. So you burst in?
Yep.
Yeah, he flinches. This is probably like the same study that Dellen killed his father in. So
perfect spot for a reunion.
Yep. And he was like reading some theology book or something, right? Because he's a bishop, and he puts it down, and he was probably on the same page for like the whole time, but he at least looks like he was reading it. Sets it down quickly and says, yes, hello. You are Alfons, am I correct, Lord Tan?
Oh, don't play coy. We both know who the other are. We're both big enough names.
Yes, I have been told that you were banished from the city.
Yeah, you know how the noble court is always full of gossip.
Except I didn't get this from the noble court. I got it from your uncle himself.
How's he doing?
Other
Other than being mad at me.
that's all I was gonna say. He's mainly just mad.
Yeah, he
Ver-
is pretty crazy these days.
He's very displeased with the way that our king is handling things.
How so?
Well, this war that's about to start again. Sergio certainly doesn't want that to happen.
Mm-hmm.
He seems like confused as to what you're fishing for. So I think he just says it. He just says, Alfons, why are you here?
For that exact reason, I don't want this war to happen either, and Sergio's not the one we need to convince.
Then who is it?
The king, obviously.
Ah, I see. So you're on Sergio's side in this.
Well, no, I'm on the king's side. Obviously,
But-
Sergio has banished me.
But the king wants the war.
That he
How can
does
you be on-
not.
How can you be on someone's side and not want the and not like
Well, that
not
in essence is the purpose of an advisor.
uh-huh. And why are you here exactly? Did you want
What
to
is-
speak with the king?
What is the position that the king wants to offer him? Is it like an advisory position?
Yeah, probably something like that. I mean, basically he wants his he basically wants the nobility. So right now, the church in Ceran
Mhm.
is full of nobles, right? Like, and the nobility of Ceran is basically tied to the nobility of Ceran is tied to the church in a way that most other countries don't have it. What he wants to do is basically sever those ties, sever the noble families from the church, and be like, listen, bishopries are cool and all, but like the real power is with secular titles, and I will give you those.
Mhm.
Right? Like more land, more position, like better deals. Bishopries don't really matter.
And is that what Nico wants, or does he want to stay a bishop?
Nico right now has a belief where he's deciding whether or not it's worth it.
Okay.
He's on the edge, and then Damiano would have told you that, right?
Yeah, and she's here, right?
Sure, yeah, if you wanted to be.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. I want her to be there and to have discussed beforehand. Just side with me and convince him.
Sure, yeah. She can give you dice.
Okay. Well, that's exactly what I've come here to offer. An advisory advisor. What's the word?
Advisory, yeah.
An advisory position with the king. What better way to stop the war than being at the king's ear?
Do you have that authority, Alfons?
Well, yes. As the king's chief advisor.
I see. See, the issue, Alfons, is that if things go poorly, I could lose my head for this.
Mhm.
Sergio is one step away from using the knife instead of the circle.
Yeah. Do I know about Dellen's promotion?
I don't think so. You probably just like pop back in and are like, oh, okay.
What's
You
her
can go talk
face
to
have
someone.
known Del? What's her name?
Oh yeah, that's true. Damiano, there's probably some time that would have passed.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure, that's fine. We'll see now.
Would she have informed me of that?
Sure.
And he's a bishop now?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's 3 bishops in the city. One, Sergio is a bishop, but he's like bishop over the world, or bishop over the whole country, right? The high bishop. Armando was the bishop of the Temple Island, basically like the sacred holy island that the Temple of the Great God is on. And then Nico here, he's the bishop of the city of Lucerta. He's like an actual normal bishop who's in charge of a city.
Mm-hmm. Well, if you're on my side, you're on Dellen's side, the new bishop. And if you're on Dellen's side, I can guarantee you protection. Not to mention protection from the strongest warrior and best leader in our country, along with the king. That's essentially 2 powerhouses versus the powerhouse of Sergio. Not to mention wealth, power, fame, lands, women. Although you've already got a great woman here.
Yeah. I think he says Dellen is the new bishop of the Temple Island?
Oh yes, we've been busy.
Here's my offer, Alfons. I still am in charge of the city, but I'm a feudal lord.
Mm-hmm.
King of Lucerta, if there was such a thing. Duke of Lucerta, whatever it's called. Mayor. Dellen gets both the bishoprics, but his power is ceremonial over the church. City of Lucerta isn't his. Do we have a deal?
But who do? Oh, I'm sorry, I misunderstood what he was saying.
Yeah, so basically he's saying, like, I basically want all the same authority I already had, except without the ties to the church. So, like,
yeah,
I get, like, the king is going to promise me the city of Lucerta.
Mm-hmm. As essentially like a duke under the king.
Basically, yeah.
Is that something I think he'd be amenable to?
Yes. The issue would be Valerio would have to pull it off with Sergio, right? There's an opening here now that Sergio has, like, made Dellen the bishop. There might be able to be some politics that happen behind the scenes, but that would have to be something. It would be like a difficulty for Valerio to try to make Sergio okay with that by, like, providing leverage or something, or, you know, something that would make it impossible for him to say no or something like that.
Okay.
Because, like, Sergio wouldn't want that to happen, but
I'm sure something like that can be arranged, but of course we'd first need to get into negotiations with the king himself.
very well. And then let's go ahead and have you just make the roll.
Okay.
Like, failure here would probably just be like he's a coward and rethinks it.
Yeah. What's his will?
Oh, wow. Did I not make a character sheet for him? Huh. I didn't fill out his stats. Let me burn one up real quick. Let's see, he's noble. I'm almost positive I did burn this up. Where is it?
He probably only has a will of like 2 because he's a little weasel.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Oh, that's not helpful. Let's see. Yep. Inquisitors. Weird. I'm almost positive I did make a character sheet for this guy, but oh well. Let's say 5. Like, he's obviously spent most of his time just doing politics and stuff. So let's go ahead and make it a 6 though for, like, you know, increased ob. He's a coward.
Persuasion. Bullcrap wise, because I obviously don't know what of these powers I actually have. Falsehood. Etiquette. Haggling. Court gossip wise, city wise, noble wise. And that's probably it.
Sure. Yep.
I mean, I'll just fork in continuous and essential because it doesn't matter.
Can't automatically fork those in, I don't think.
Essential to.
You could have done essential. Yeah, but, like, you could have. You have to, like, set it up beforehand. You don't have time, or
I'm not casting a spell.
A preparation. Yeah, I don't think normally you can do that, right?
Gotcha. Yeah, we've been playing Calvin ball with these rules.
Yeah, so I think mainly it makes sense if like the test is like something like a bloody versus test where, like, there's multiple things happening and we're, like, abstracting.
No, that makes sense.
But yeah, something like this, I think you have to make the actual roll. I like the reference though. Yeah, I was gonna say there's almost no chance on that.
I forgot to unopen-end it, so I just put a fate in it.
Okay, yeah, sounds good.
I need to remember to undo.
Yep. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, and I don't think this was the difficult part of it, right? Nico.
I didn't even have the dice from his wife.
Yeah, for your force of personality certainly carries here. And I think the issue here is going to be not that you can convince the king of it, like this is what he wanted to do anyway, at least something like this. It's because you don't have any pull with Sergio, this is now Valerio's rodeo trying to, and you could, like, offer us suggestions as to, like,
I'm going to before I'm gonna give him hints on how to persuade Sergio, and just give him
Yeah.
a +2 to whatever he rolls, and I'm gonna magically buff him.
Okay, yeah. Let me take a
Do
look
we
at
just want to
Sergio's.
make that roll behind the scenes to see how it
I
works,
think so,
how it
yeah.
goes? Okay.
Okay, so Sergio, like, you know, if Valerio was a character, we probably would do a whole duel wits or something, but was a player character. All right, so Sergio's will is 7. I think this is going to be even more difficult than that because this is a pretty big ask. I think we'll bump it up to 8. And then
He gets
Valerio,
+5 from me.
Right, yeah, for
2 from persuasion and then 3 from the essential discipline.
Okay, perfect. Yep. All right, so he's rolling persuasion. I'm trying to think of like what is he actually saying to Sergio? What's the in your best interest here?
I think part of it is bringing up that he's potentially doing a power play, putting Dellen in this position, so obviously he should have someone as well.
Right. Yeah. So Alfons, like, maybe you give him information basically along the lines of like, I can see what you're doing here, Sergio.
This is obviously a play for power.
And if you don't want it to get out, right?
Yeah,
Exactly. Yeah, just kind of playing dirty politics. Okay, yeah, sure. All right, so he's gonna add in court gossip wise.
I assume he has etiquette.
He does have etiquette. Yeah. Noble wise, Sergio's a noble.
Does he have city wise?
He's not.
Does he have?
He has oratory.
Yeah.
And he has seduction, but he's not going to use that, obviously. Yeah, I think that's it. He has 9 help, and his base persuasion is a 5. So let's see. I think Valerio has 1 persona at least he could spend on this. So I'll do that. And then 8.
Come on.
So close. All right, he has 3.
He's got to have a fate though, or at least
No, he
fate.
does. Yeah, he does. I have 1 fate listed on his character sheet for sure, but he probably has others. Right. So he's going to spend 2 and reroll 4 dice because he has 3 6s. Well,
just
2 1 1 and a 4. Yeah,
he passed. That's all he needed.
Second. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
That'd be a Connor roll right there.
Yep. Okay, cool. So yeah, I think it's because of this. This is the most opportune moment to do something like this, right? Sergio is caught between a rock and a hard place. He's playing dirty politics, and Valerio tries to play too, and succeeds. So pretty soon the titles are going to be swapped around, and Dellen's just going to be Bishop of Lucerta. I think the bishopry of the Temple District kind of goes away. And Nico, sheds the office of bishop, just puts aside all of his religious trappings, and just becomes like mayor of Lucerta or whatever. Whatever position a feudal lord would make sense in this situation to be over this like city state and surrounding villages.
I think you should have Sergio roll some version of observation to see if you could see my fingers in this pie.
I am almost positive he knows already. There's almost no chance he doesn't. Yeah. He has too many spies.
Oh yeah, good point.
Yeah.
When is he gonna try to assassinate me?
Probably soon.
That's fun.
Let's see. I think I will actually. He does have like a thing. I'm gonna make a roll. What was the obstacle for that spell you cast? 4? Okay.
4 to get +3 on yourself. Is typically the.
So I'm going to make a aura reading skill test for Sergio to notice your spell on him.
Oh, stinky.
Because it's like he already knows that like you're probably working with the king, but this would be the thing that would tip him over whether or not he does send like an assassin after you or something.
Shouldn't he have to roll a 5 because that's what I rolled on my roll?
No, he has like a special. He has like he actually got an upgrade to his second sight trait. He has celestial sight now. The ob to see any spell is 6 minus the spell's obstacle. Right, because so higher spells are actually easier to see because it's like more powerful magic.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
So yeah, he can tell that there's magic on him. Let me check what. Yeah, detect a spell. So he knows there is a spell on him, and I think there's like a separate roll to find out what it is.
Who?
Yeah, or like other information about it. Let me look that up. We're reading.
How many other essential discipline users are there in the city?
Yeah, not a whole lot, probably.
I know there's one, which is that one noble lady.
Virelia, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, I think this is going to be an ob 5 to decipher the origin. And I don't know if he has a whole lot to fork here. Just his dark secret wise, I think. All right, cool. Yep. So yeah, Sergio, we see his eyes glow with like a pure white fire, and he can tell what has happened here. Yeah. I think we maybe just ended there. Because like most of the other things that would happen are beyond the scope of what we were planning for this session. And yeah, I need to make some notes about like what, but we can tell. I think it is a good point to bring up. I think Sergio is probably at this point going to take measures against you, Alfons. And we'll figure out what that is next time.
Dellen, kill Alfons or you're fired.
Right. Yeah. I mean, he has like disposable agents that he can send before that comes up. But all right, cool. Let's do Artha. You certainly found a way to stay in Nerani's good graces. You did way more than that, but you take a persona for that. And you convinced Nico to accept the king's gracious offer. So persona.
I need to figure out a third one real quick.
And those were the only two things you really accomplished. So
help the king convince Sergio of politics.
Sure. I'll give you a fate on that.
Cool. Yeah, I'm down to 32.
I was hoping that Duel of Wits would have you spend some more, but took exactly one exchange.
Yeah. Yeah, literally, because we literally didn't even do the first exchange.
I know. Yeah, exactly. We stared at each other for a while.
Yep.
Yeah. So you have your instincts. I don't know if any of them got you into trouble though, per se.
Well, always use my powers led Sergio to find out I'm helping. Yeah,
actually that, and you had like increased obs like during the beginning of that Nerani sequence because you like you kept trying to use magic stuff. We'll give you a fate for that.
Okay.
I'll give you a fate for Rabble Rouser, and it just might work for that whole. I guess we're gonna kill Tanis or whatever, right?
How much did I start the session with?
36.
I got more than I started with.
There's no chance that's true, Alfons. I saw you weren't marking some of them down.
I was at 30. I was at 31. That's how many I spent.
I'm almost positive you spent more than that because I looked halfway through the session and you still had 36 on it.
Halfway through the session, we didn't roll any.
No, you would definitely just go ahead and take one more off. I'm almost positive you missed one. I think that's it though for like the standard stuff. Let's check the other stuff here. I'll give you a fate for humor. You had some good moments. The Abyss comment was certainly fun.
I like the technique comment.
Yeah, but that was out of character, so.
Oh, yeah, good point.
Yeah. Let's see.
I did definitely make a dent in my persona pool.
Yeah, I'll give you 1 for embodiment. I don't think it was like
persona
contrary
or fate?
And so that's a persona.
Oh, okay.
I don't think it wouldn't be it was contrary to Alfons's personality or beliefs or instincts to do what he did with Nerani, but it was certainly above and beyond what he's done before. So you can take embodiment for that.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet. And you didn't even have to spend your deeds.
I know. I'm glad. Glad I reneged on that.
Yeah. So is your plan? Your plan then is to you're stealing the orb back from Theo, and then doing what with it again? Oh, you're gonna channel it and use it to just break Tanis's and Nerani's marriage, right?
Sorry, what'd you say?
Your plan currently is to steal the orb back from Theo.
I don't necessarily know if I'm going to steal it back. I might just ask
get the
for
orb
it back.
Yeah, get the orb back from Theo. And then use it and channel your power and Nerani's power to break her marriage, basically, right? Okay, that's the first step at least. Are you still planning on trying to do anything greater than that? Like, is her suggestion of taking Tanis's aspect and destroying the artifact still on the table? Or are you...
That might be a long-term goal. I don't think we'll be able to do that next session.
No, certainly not. I'm just curious what Alfons was thinking about that whole thing. But yeah, breaking the marriage makes sense first. So cool. Yeah, I'm actually glad we got that sequence because I have not been sure since day one what the artifacts actually did when you used them for something other than being keys. But I think all of the hints and pieces have led to that reveal. I'm pretty sure that makes the most sense out of what it can do. It just amplifies things that are already there. But you'll have to make some sort of roll to like unlock that power, figure it out.
Yeah.
But, cool. Awesome.
I secured another power source thing.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, I don't think it would work. Like if you got rid of Nerani for whatever reason, I don't think you could use the orb to just be your power source. Well, maybe you could. You'd have to that would be a whole other thing. I think normally you would have to use someone else's, use another power source, and the orb can just amplify that. But we can make rolls to figure that out. Cool. Awesome. Well, thanks for playing, man. We'll go ahead and call it a wrap there for episode 52, and we'll be back next time with more Crow Inquisitors. Adios.